Our 10th anniversary dinner was meant to be warm, close friends, soft laughter, and a few memories shared over wine. Instead, it became the night I realized the woman sitting across from me wasn't my wife anymore, at least not the one I once knew. The restaurant glowed with candlelight, jazz drifting lazily through the air. Emma sat at the head of the table, her silver dress catching every flicker of flame. Her friends, mostly co-workers, were already half-drunk, giggling too loudly, lost in their own sparkle. When the waiter refilled glasses, Emma stood, champagne in hand, swaying slightly. "To my husband," she said with a teasing grin, "for surviving 10 years with me." The table laughed. She paused, letting the moment stretch. "But from tonight, things change. New rules." Her friends leaned in, already entertained. "Rule 1, she said, raising a finger, "I travel alone. No questions, no tracking." Laughter burst around her. "Rule 2, no phone checking, no jealousy. Trust is sexy, right?" Someone shouted, "Preach." Another added, "That's how you keep him in line." I smiled faintly, though my insides knotted. She was performing, turning our private wounds into punchlines. Her friends found it hilarious. Mine didn't. Emma lifted her glass again. "And rule 3, intimacy happens when I say so. No more surprise hugs or needy mornings. Keep a man hungry, that's the secret." This time, even the waiter froze mid-step. I could have swallowed it, like always, smiled, waited for it to pass. But something in me broke cleanly. Not anger, just truth. I rose, lifted my glass. "To my wife," I said evenly, "for teaching me that loyalty isn't control, and love shouldn't be humiliation." The laughter dimmed. Emma blinked, uncertain. "I like your new rules," I continued, "but I've decided on one of my own." Her smirk faltered. "What's that supposed to mean?" "If you want freedom," I said quietly, "you can have it. Just not as my wife." The room fell silent. Forks froze mid-air. Someone gasped. Emma's hand shook. I took a slow sip. "Happy anniversary," I added. The silence was heavy enough to crush sound. Emma tried to laugh. "You're joking." "Come on, it was a toast." "You've made a lot of those," I replied. "All at my expense." Her friends shifted uncomfortably, eyes down. The mask slipped from her face, pride turning to panic. "You're really doing this? Here?" "I didn't start it here," I said. "You did, when you turned our marriage into a show." She slammed her glass. "You're overreacting." "Maybe," I said softly. "But I've spent years underreacting." The waiter appeared timidly. "Dessert?" "No," I said, setting my glass down. "Just the check." At home, the silence was thicker than the walls. Emma's heels struck the floor like hammers. "You humiliated me," she shouted. "I defended myself," I said. "Something you stopped letting me do. So that's it. You're walking out over a joke." I looked at her, really looked. The woman who once left love notes in my lunch bag was gone, replaced by someone who needed applause more than affection. "I'm not walking away," I said. "You already did. I'm just catching up." She faltered. "Where are you going?" "To live by my own rule," I said. "One that doesn't include being your punchline." That night I checked into a small motel outside town. It wasn't escape. It was release. For the first time in years, I slept without the weight of ridicule on my chest. By morning, my phone buzzed with messages. "She's devastated." "You really left?" I said nothing. Silence spoke better. Her texts came next: apologies, excuses, half-meant regrets. But I'd learned something vital. Apologies can't rebuild respect, and love without it dies slowly. Days later, she appeared at my office, mascara running, voice trembling. "You're ending this over one bad night?" "It wasn't one night," I said calmly. "It was years of being the joke you made me into." She reached for my hand. "We can fix this. You can't fix what you kept breaking on purpose." She froze, realization dawning. "I didn't think you'd ever stand up to me." "That was the problem," I said. "You got too used to me staying quiet." A month later, the divorce was done. She tried to fight, but even her lawyer, one of the men who laughed that night, told her to settle. I heard she stopped going out, deleted her socials, maybe out of guilt. As for me, I started over, smaller place, quieter life, no audience. Just peace. And sometimes, when I think about that night, I remember saying, if you want freedom, you can have it. Just not as my wife. And every time, I still feel nothing but peace.